Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this FlaskUp.com alpha preview video. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new user interface changes that will be coming with the Warlords of Draenor expansion. Now, first of all, if you go into the Achievements tab, you'll notice that there's a new Legacy option on the left-hand side. And this is where they're going to be storing all of your old challenge mode achievements. So come Warlords, this will be your Mr. Pandaria challenge mode achievements that you gain for completing a challenge mode for the first time. This tab's also going to be used for storing the challenge mode achievements for completing everything on bronze, silver and gold as well. And they might add more stuff in there to do with Mr. Pandaria maybe. I think it's just kind of in the early works at the moment. Now, as well as that, just like with every expansion, underneath your quests, your exploration and also your dungeons and raids, you're going to have the new Draenor options added in there too. Next up, we have the map and the quest log, which has now kind of been merged into this one interface instead of having the quest log and the map. But if you do want to still have the full version of your mini-map, you can just click on this little arrow that's pointing outwards in the top right hand corner of the map and quest log interface, and it brings it back to as it was before. So if we put it back, you'll see that the quest log is now on the right hand side of the map. It gives you the name of the zone that you're in, your current story progress, what parts of the story you've completed and what you've still got left to do, and just like before, you can also see on the actual map whereabouts you've got to go in order to complete and also hand in quests. What you'll also notice is that if you start running, the map will actually fade, but only to the point where you can see just through it enough to see where you're going, what you're running into, so you don't encounter any lovely NPCs, and you can also see what is also there on the map at the same time. Up next, we have the Group Finder pane, which has had a few changes made to it. As you can see, there's now an option for pre-made groups, which is currently under construction, so we can't look at that yet. And then just like before, you had your Raid Finder, your Scenarios, and your Dungeon Finder, just like it has been in Mists. Moving on to the PvP tab, you'll now see that there is a casual option, which allows you to queue in order to earn honor points. There's a rated option, which allows you to queue in order to gain your conquest points. You've got your War Games tab there, where you can queue for all of your different War Games, along with the description of the War Games at the bottom. And again, there's another option for the pre-made groups, which doesn't seem to be working at this time. And now the final tab is your Challenge Mode tab, and as you can see, they've just added in all of the challenge modes that are going to be coming with Warlords of Draenor. It's a little bit buggy at the minute. I'd hopefully assume that there's just going to be a scroll bar there, or maybe just a bit like the Achievements tab where you can click on it and it says Draenor, all of these challenge modes, Pandaria, these challenge modes. Next up, we have the Collections tab, which is your mounts, your pet journal, and also the brand new toy box. But first of all, in the Mounts tab, not much has changed here. There is a new feature that's been put in called the Summon Random Favorite Mount, which is quite a cool feature because people just sometimes have mounts spread across their bars. They don't know which one to choose from. But now what you can do is you can right click on mounts and set it in your favorites, and that puts it to the top of the list, and it has a little star next to it so you know that it's your favorite. When you set so many to be your favorite, you can either use the Summon Random Favorite Mount button in the interface here, or you can click and drag that onto your bars, and then if you click on that or use it, it will summon one of your random favorite mounts that you've put into your favorite mount selection. So that's pretty cool for people that like collecting mounts but can never really decide which one they want to use. Moving on to the pet journal, nothing's really changed here. It's kind of the same as it was in Mists. Unfortunately, I'm on a pre-made character, so you can't see all of the lovely pets that I have. And now the toy box, which is one of the, well, it's the newest feature, and this is where all of your toys and your little collector's things that are really awesome are going to be stored. And I believe these are going to be account-wide instead of having to collect them on each different character. Now, as you can see at the top, you've got a filter, so you can see which ones you have collected and which ones you haven't collected, and also where you can get the toys from. There's also a search box if you want to search for your favorite toy. So if we just scroll through the toy box here, you can see that they are putting in quite a few of them. I think there were one or two toys or collectibles that Blizzard said they weren't actually going to put in for certain reasons. Not too sure why though. I'll just carry on scrolling through the toy box here so you can get a good idea of the toys that are going to be within the box. And finally, we're going to take a look at some of the changes that they've made to your bags. So I guess this is going to try and go down the route of maybe not needing so many hundreds of thousand bag add-ons out there, but you never know. People might like this new system, but nevertheless, when you open your bags, you can now see that there's this little settings cog that's appeared next to each bag. And if you click on that, you're able to assign different types of equipment or consumables or trade goods or even junk to that bag, so that only that type of loot will go into that bag. And you'll also notice that they've now put a little golden coin icon next to stuff that can be vended or that should be vended, because it's just useless tat that's there to get you gold. And what you can also notice is that there's this little green blanking out thing here at the minute. It's probably going to turn into an icon, but it says clean up bags. And if you double click on this, what it will do is it will organize your bags for you, which might be a blessing for some people that have thousands of items in their bags. And what it's done is it's put all my armor into the first bag, it's put all of my useless crap that I can sell to a vendor in another bag, and it's put all of my profession goods such as my regents for crafting or my ores or other bits and bobs like that into another bag. So it's kind of cool that it's taken the initiative to organize your bags for you. So that's going to do it for this Warlords of Draenor preview video. If you are interested in future videos such as this one, I'm going to be covering all of the talents and lots of other content, then please do feel free to subscribe to the channel, and for all the latest Warlords of Draenor news, head on over to flaskup.com.